Welcome back to Pisces TV with Dr. MB. Let's get started with your reading.
I am so excited to see this. So welcome in. Have a seat. We're going to get started. Initially, when the cards came out, what stuck with me the most was the dream of yours and it manifesting into the physical realm. Okay? Your beliefs and being committed may be very important, as well as like what we allow to guide us. So just be mindful of that. The foundation is the manifestation itself, and the conscious energy is it manifesting into the physical. And the fact that we have a ninth cup that is from the divine, okay? And I love seeing like the lion energy or the infinity symbol anywhere near the divine. All right? And this blessing in disguise. This is dope. I don't know what it is. I hope y'all like tell me, okay? Because I love to do shout outs, member shout outs, or like post your stories in the community board, because it's consistent that it's kind of like a big deal, a soul purpose kind of thing, a forever kind of thing. Because, you know, sometimes things happen and it's like, oh, that was great for a while. And then there's something. And so I've heard like a lot of entrepreneurs, just a lot of people in general, kind of express how they need something that's sustainable, like for an incline that is more permanent or consistent, not like temporary spurts of bliss, right? So with this, it does give a sense of stability after like possibly some instability, enough that you could have been confused along the way, angry, or had to display a more than usual amount of grace during the process, or be more than you probably had been patient. Some of you are crossing the finish line, dude. Like, this is the night that crosses the finish line, and this is what's at the foundation of the potential and the outcome. Okay, so I think that that's amazing. All right. Now, the Eight of Cups kind of started it all. And as the other cups came out with it, or the other cards came out with it, I just appreciated the Empress. I appreciated the Seven of Cups. And I know that that's a collective message of using your talents with the Six of Wands. And this is in the physical life, right? So we have the conscious, the foundation, and like your reality. So for some of you, okay, and don't look at that, those are the bonus cards. Also really excited, the members options have been set up. So I think when you go to the page and you see like playlist and all that stuff, join has all of the membership packages. And so I'm not going to start doing it until May, so that you can see some of the like exclusive extended whatever's. You get your own streams on the weekend, like membership streams, just like we used to do in the good old days. All of the extendeds from love, finance, my star seeds, my mystics, your readings will be separate. But if you have the sharks package, then you get like everybody's extendeds. You get to see everybody's membership exclusive or whatnot. And because I have taken astronaut hoochie like across the world, and it's a real thing, I'm also doing swag bags for Pisces merch and my astronaut hoochie merch, as well as the holistic items that we all love, right? The candles, the oils, and the herb kits for baths or your own rituals, all of that. Okay, I'll keep you posted. And I'm sorry for the little infomercial. It wasn't even supposed to be like that. But here you have, okay, the Six of Wands. And the Six of Wands, for me, in the physical, this is using your talents to make the world a better place. All right, there's some divinity tied to that. There's your beliefs. There's something consciously that you can sleep at night with. There's some of it that allows you to be like creative and get it all nice and dainty or whatnot. And for some of you, that could be the next step. And maybe that's what you really like to do, because I know the Empress likes to dress things up a bit and make things kind of purty. So I absolutely love that. So it's like, no, or get somebody else to do it. Okay. Now, for some of you, there could be necessary conflicts to have individuality. If this is because this is a mother-child type of situation, the conflicts, when it comes to following your dreams, that's what could make this like a little bit deep. Okay. But things that you've always wanted to do and that are now manifesting for you, or at least that you have an opportunity to allow to manifest, just to nudge some of you that could be wondering, is this for me? If you've had, like, I don't want to just say an authority figure, maybe a guardian or a caretaker or a mother or a wife or someone who just has this Empress energy, that you may have had conflicts with. It could even have been like a past guide that thought they knew what was best, like an evangelist or something. That's specific. But it could have been like someone in your environment, or even you, if there's a conflict within yourself between things that you've wanted to do and whatever else clashed with it. And then this Tower energy kind of like saying that it's necessary, excuse me, to have individuality. There could be a conflict in the near future, okay? Because this is the present and we're going to get here, and I'm not trying to jump, but it's a story and I'd rather do it that way instead of just like rolling through the cards teaching you guys tarot, because I know that that's boring, okay, for some of you. But I thought that that was very interesting, okay? Turning your back on something to go and follow your dreams. The daydreaming that happened in the Seven of Cups has materialized in a vision that you are now going to pursue. And for some of you, I am now going to pursue here. And we're going to get to this section. But that was super cool. The dream may have had deep spiritual meaning behind it, as the material world wasn't really satisfying. So if any of you possibly, changed your priorities, walked away from like a mainstream like way of life, or have even become like distant a bit, emotionally distant, after a separation, after a change in career, after some time with instability, or just things that may have seemed outside of your control. It could have even been like false narratives, the glass ceiling coming in, you know what I mean? And the Empress and the Son of Pentacles, they're kind of spoiled a little bit, in shadow. They are the lazy ones, actually. So to see them side by side, I can't leave that out, even though I don't feel that it has a big reverence here. They're still side by side. So an event that was divinely orchestrated to maybe even bring your awareness or attention to something. And I love that, because something somewhere cares a lot about you to be moving chess pieces as you walk or as you sit and they thump. And I think that's love. Okay. Now, hopefully we don't, but I respect if we do have anyone that sacrificed their happiness and may have abandoned some dreams. I would hope not, but that does happen, especially if they became a wife, or got married. You know what I mean? I respect it. But if you've set some things to the side, away from your dreams, these cards are kind of indicating that your dream could have some sort of influence on your soul purpose. And if that person, marriage, job, or if they don't have the same power as the divine, or if they aren't as intertwined with you as your soul, or your soul purpose, I don't know, right? So we have feeling good about yourself and being fortunate, and then we have the being fortunate with the Empress. And the reason why I kind of shot that in there for a second, because I have seen the bonus cards that you guys have and some of the clarifiers, and so there's a fire burning, and that's necessary. It's either natural or it's necessary. Like, you are this energy, or this energy is mixing in with you to get you where you need to be. And either way, you are it, because I don't believe that it chooses you for no reason. Okay, others of you that may have been loners, maybe not have had many friends, kind of just like one or two friends, chilling with your parents, people you grew up with, you small people in your like spiritual circle. There could be a change in that, where you become like this individual who's looked up to, admired, a little bit more popular, or get recognized in areas. Okay, and I also know that sometimes, whether they admit it or not, spouses, parents, things of that nature, they can have some brainstorms and kind of reflect on not being the support system that you could have needed, you know what I'm saying, or causing some sort of delay along your path because of that lack of support or the discouragement that was offered. So I would appreciate those moments for you guys, but you don't have to have it. There's a coming out on top that's in the physical world as a as a result of, or an influence to, something consciously and subconsciously that's going on. So I absolutely love that. And we'll see what else that has to offer us. Okay, so yeah, with the Ace of Cups here, the divine, okay, the subconscious and the conscious is a power move, because they say we typically manifest from our subconscious mind, and you have to watch all these super cool metaphysical movies and buy books and listen to the gurus to break into your subconscious. You know what I mean? There's so many experts, there's so many different paths you can take to get up in there, and for this subconscious energy to be almost crowning you or in the focus, that's super cool. And then I don't know, I'm just in love with this little cute lion here. The way that it has the sun and the infinity, and kind of like this Ace of Wands energy, it's giving me like stepdad. I don't know, because it's not like the father, and it's not a king, and it's not a husband. But if you know, like the King of Wands is a good husband, and you do have the Hierophant with the Empress. So thankfully, it's telling me that like this isn't a married couple, but it's some sort of union. And so for some of you, it could be a union with the divine. For others of you, it could be a union in any kind of way with anyone, to be honest with you, because I'm not trying to confuse it, but he's so cute. And then just like sitting up under this cup, it's kind of like giving me the vibe of the hand that usually is holding the cup to give it to you. It's like showing its face. And that's cute, especially the way that I just said that. It's like in the past, if you have people threw rocks and hid their hands, like this one, there's not an absence. Maybe that's why there's this committed energy and there's this call, spiritually or whatever, because it's like, I'm going to show my face. And that's kind of dope for influencers. I mean, I went through that. If you are a hands-on person, that's cool. Some of you could be doing something more personal, especially if we had the page here, but we have the the Knight, and that's cool, but it's like just showing your face, maybe getting recognized. Something you recognize, someone you recognize is in the physical environment. So I'm not trying to make it fit for you, because it's like different messages and like situations that I'm seeing. For there's, like I said, some it's relationships, some it's a mom, others it's family, some of you it's personal on a soul level, some of you it's the divine, and for the collective it's success, it's victory, it's something actually materializing from the subconscious that you've managed to get in there and up there, to even get it here. And then it's like showing its face. That was so super cute. New love for some of you guys in the present, right? This ain't in the past. So if it hasn't happened yet, it's probably because you won't expect it. All right. But we do have, for some of you, possibly new love, compassion, joy, creativity. It could be in the project or the work or along your path. Okay. We'll see what comes up. Now this card with any pentacles, well, not any pentacles, but like another ace, could talk about like a union of some sort. And see, it's not being drawn out boldly. It's being slightly implied, maybe so that there's still some element of surprise. Some of you that may be in relationships, that could be thinking about like marriage or moving in together. Okay, I'm just gonna leave that there. A creative pursuit is something that may be on your mind consciously. Connecting your heart and soul. Some of you that may have gifts and abilities, it could be channeling or your intuition. And for no other cause, there may be some of us here that are seeking a deeper meaning in life. Okay, so I love that. Now, it may be the beginning of the quest for some, and or a feeling of deep connection to source. That makes sense. See, that's what I feel like. I felt that, but I'm also sharing for others of you that could be experiencing this differently. Okay, a journey back to source. So some of you maybe, like the Five of Pentacles is going away sometimes from certain beliefs. Some of you are coming back to a belief, and like I said, I don't know if it has to do with a mother or a parent or a child or a situation, but there's showing my face, and then there's also coming back to. And I don't just want to drown it out and be corny and be like, oh, lovers, this divine union, y'all broke up, you think y'all gonna break up, but it might that could be the case, but it's deeper. But anyway, just like we talked about necessary conflict for individualism, the Ace of Cups also talks about being one's own individual self. And then this is like self-confidence to your core. Like even deep down, subconsciously, it's in there. It's not even just consciously and you trying to hype yourself up. It is deep down in there. Some of you that are considering creative projects in the beauty industry, tourism, and hospitality, that's been coming up a lot. Artistic work, or some of you that want to inspire others on a soul level. Okay. I love that. Now, if we've experienced the Eight of Cups that doesn't feel like coming out of the Seven, because that's what it is, but I know sometimes our perspectives allow us to believe certain things, because I read the comments sometimes, and for some people this is like walking away from things that no longer serve me, right? If that has been the case, it does talk about getting connected with the Ace of Cups coming out of that, and then the Ace of Cups next to it, becoming connected with very creative people. And these people also make heart-based kind of like decisions. So it's like networking with creative people that are heart-based, listening to your inner voice. And I think it's Pisces, because it talks about having like special light in your eyes. So Pisces have very beautiful eyes. All right. Now, it's just like, I'm just soaking it in. So just give me that. Okay. Just allow me that. When I look at the Strength card and we talk about the duality of the Strength card, if it's not a pair of individuals, it's just which aspect of yourself you're going to allow. And this is in the center of the reading. And when I think about the center, and I just talked about emotions in the heart, that was kind of cool. And it's also a major arcana. So it's like which path or which kind of like perspective we take along a certain path, in a sense. And it's also the number 8. If that's significant to anyone, courage, okay, passion, patience, and compassion. It reminds us to follow our passions. So again, with this whole kind of like career thing or creative opportunities or what others say versus our individualism, it's taking time out to do things that make us tick, that make us strong within ourselves and build confidence and self-worth. Okay, so I think that is super amazing. Some of you have a very spiritual nature, or just a very strong inner strength with passion and love, pride and determination. So some of us have been very determined to pull that 7 of Cups out into the physical. And that's good. It may have also taken some self-control. Okay, if this represents the emotions of how we don't take L's. Pisces, yeah, we don't take L's. Okay, so if any losses had come about, that could have been emotionally draining or difficult, you know, especially for someone who's spoiled or may have high expectations. All right, some of these things you do expect because you have high expectations, but you're still going to be shocked. It also talks about self-recognition, public recognition, and vitality, your heart health. So some of you looking for a creative project or something to do, there is a whole collective of people that are just designated to the heart. I didn't even know that. It was like around the time that I came up with, or we came up with Pisces TV, that I even knew what like the Heart Math Institute was, or opening your heart and all that, you know. So you can look into stuff. There's a lot of people that are into a lot of things, but to my people that, like I said, are doing like cosmetics or beauty, that's here for you too. And it gives this Beauty and the Beast story that is crazy. I didn't like that, because like with the Beauty and the Beast, the way that, because I don't remember it as a kid, but the way that they kind of depicted it on what did I last see it on? Once Upon a Time, where they finally got together and he did change ultimately, but she had already dipped. So I don't know. And he stayed kind of like in this he was just like this, but she had already dipped. Y'all remember that? Yeah. So I don't know where that just came from, but it's like Beauty and the Beast. And then I was talking about those of you that may be in beauty professions. That's insane, because it talks about like protective, the face of the unknown, and I've talked about like showing one's face, our cosmic mother. So what was it? Okay, so Hathor, okay, is another story where the Strength card comes up. The Strength as a symbol of the cosmic mother, Hathor, the goddess of courage and love. Okay, there we are. Hathor inspires warmth, compassion, and care. Her presence as our cosmic mother reminds us of our soul's connection to the divine. So your soul's connection to the divine, that's super dope. And speaks of nurturing and protective qualities, even in the face of the unknown. Because in the unknown is also the unseen, which could be spirit, God, source. So that's just kind of dope. One of the most important journeys, here's a journey, right? We can be on, is the one that we face our dark emotions and release ourselves from it. So I'm talking about whatever high energy or divine presence is giving you something showing its face. It could even be you showing your face or facing the darkness. And so that's where the story of the Beauty and the Beast came about, where the journey connects us closer to our soul and the creator of all. And Hathor is the symbol of our soul's connection to the divine. She is divinity in feminine form, and sometimes considered the divine mother. So there's that. Now, in the quest, since it's in the present and in your physical, strength is when we meet a deep part of ourselves and can finally love and accept who we are. The connection between your higher self and deepest and often oppressed self connect. Your higher self and your oppressed self. So for some of us, this is an aspect that we're oppressing, and it's subconsciously or maybe deep down in the heart of Texas. Okay, I had to say that because I'm from Texas. I'm so sorry. And maybe we've been tamed. Maybe we've been discouraged. Maybe there's some things that happened. But in building our self-worth and doing what makes us tick, some of you guys are going to come right back around to it. Okay. Now, if we're talking about a love, it may be a love that was walked away from. So whether it's a past passion or a relationship, strength deep down in the heart says that it's unconditional. It is. It's a passionate love that's unconditional, which is why for most of us it's divine. If you haven't had a significant relationship that distributed that kind of, amplified love, then it could be with the divine. And we're going to get to what we are potentially oppressing here. Because I was just like, usually in darkness, the Hierophant does oppress, but I've never heard the Hierophant oppress itself. And maybe that's just something we don't hear. Maybe it's just kept close and quiet. But having a strong spirit and a gold heart is a message for a lot of you. And a confident person that's a strong leader could be required, especially if you are moving into different areas of your life or different aspects of whatever opportunities and doors are opening for you. Now, subconsciously, these are two major arcana at the center, at the heart of the matter. And also, like I said, the foundation doesn't have to be fully oppressive, but I still didn't like that. I didn't like the oppression of your greatness. Okay. It does talk about consciousness, group consciousness, religion, spiritual beliefs, tradition, what we deem to be kind, charity, and giving guidance in form of spiritual counseling. Maybe some of you have said, fuck that. I went through that too. Be like, God, you got to get them, baby, because I don't know. But you could be a teacher or have oppressed an aspect of yourself, which is something as simple as having faith. If you haven't, you're not resonating with all the creative, interpretations. Something as simple as having faith, being in control of your emotions, and asking the big questions about life and death. For some may be questioning why something happened to a figure that could be represented by any of these in the past or in the future. And it could be this person asking God, like, why did this happen? Why did they leave? Not physically, but maybe emotionally. Why are they detached? I don't understand. And the answer is right here. Look at me getting all spicy for y'all. Hold on. Sorry about that. Yeah, the answer is right here. Because something subconsciously or consciously in this situation manifested itself into the physical. That's why. And my Pisces had the right and the courage and possibly even the connection to source to detach emotionally or keep a smaller circle. Yeah. Okay. Some of you maybe want to break some rules. This is Taurus, though, ruled by Venus. So at the foundation, love, so many things, and it's fixed. You know, it's fixed. The foundation and the heart is fixed. I don't care what you try to oppress or what you're walking away from. So if it's a relationship, damn. If it's a creative idea, if it's your nature, you know, your soul purpose and all that, oh, it's fixed. Sorry about that. It's totally fixed. Vision quests. Somebody's seeking a wife. That's kind of cool. Somebody is seeking a wife. You know what? And I don't know about Cujo or Kojak that you keep having to walk away from when you recognize the same shit or different shit, and then I'm thinking about it, and sources working with me, and voila, here we go again. But that's how it turns. That's how it's the Seven of Cups in the first place. Jesus, gosh, and then ain't even showing up as no emperor still, or no king. God, what are we doing? But you know, they're committed. They would be committed in that marriage, I believe. It does say that some of you want to meet someone soon, or may meet someone soon who shares their values and belief. The other person could also be feeling like that. Or maybe you nourish their soul, a part of them that they oppress, because this is somebody detaching emotionally, and they'll oppress that part. And just imagine that you pull that out, and that making them a little bit uncomfortable. And they got this fixed energy right here in the physical present and subconsciously. But then here's the divine. It's like, okay, well, I can unfix some things if necessary. But hey, others of you with your career and finances, the foundation could be religious organizations, a school, an institution. It also speaks of virtual businesses to keep the economy going in a small town, or a franchise. That's cool. And that's a big cup, because it's coming from something outside of you where the gods rest. Something's manifesting. Be patient, beloved. Right here. Can y'all see it? Yeah. Okay. See, I always mess up like perfect productions because I'm a cornball. I am so goofy. Somebody could be looking for an alternative approach when challenged. That sounds like something we do as Pisces. Some of us really don't like confrontation, and I would try a different approach before I just go all Phoenix flame. Okay, hint hint. The Phoenix is coming up, by the way. That's why I just took that punch in there, which was super dope. But I wanted to express the nature of the reading without holding back, because that is, you know, the 30-45 minutes that we'll go over to paint the picture and take care of the collective. And then for the extended 30 minutes, 45 minutes, 10 minutes, I don't know, we would get into some beans and grits. Is that a thing? That is so gross. I said beans and grits. That is so fucking gross. Anyway, excuse me. Throw that out there. So yeah. Some of you may be interested in psychology. Others of you in the future, consciously, there could be something that disturbance, disruption, and corruption is on a conscious level, and I don't see in the physical or in the foundation where that could be coming from. So that may not be for any or many of you, but I'll throw that out there. So it's like, where would that come from? Job security is important. It's at the foundation of what could have been instability and or this new brainstorm, this blessing in disguise, this award or reward, this abundance, this no longer oppressing some sort of deep down ability or desire. So there's that, where it talks about job security, and they're right next to each other. So having some sort of job security, possibly with your thing, I ain't trying to tell y'all what to do. A spiritual society, for some of you, even y'all is real deal about that. A pilgrimage, Pisces, they still do that. Y'all are some real spiritual beings. I ain't mad at it. That's gangster. Like, that's real deal. You are one of them people that, that are, I don't want to say famous for it, but okay, let me just spill the beans. For me, I don't want to say I'm a skeptic, but Pisces and Aquarius, as well as Scorpio, is all through my chart, with Mars, Gemini, and Sagittarius. I don't believe a lot of shit. Not gonna lie to you. I will find out. I can find it. I'm gonna question it. I'm gonna research it. I'm going to observe it. Right? But believe, that's a strong Pisces thing. And I get that. But a lot of people always tell me that, you're not like the traditional Pisces. So me believing, and here's like my Gemini energy that could be potentially narcissism. But I strongly believe in things that I know. I strongly believe in things that I think. And I strongly believe in things that I feel. But just dry ass believing it because believing turns me on? Nah, not me. So, what point was I making before my ADD kicks in? I already lost it. That's fucked up. But anyway, this pilgrimage, that's where I was going. Bam. I don't believe that everyone is this divine person or being that can lay hands on me, that can do something for me. You have to be a certain type of person to me. And I don't even mean character wise, because most of the characters, especially in the movie, are some of the least likely runts of the litter that are hand selected by source, that are hand selected by the United States government to save the world. They've been retired and drinking beer in a trailer. So I'm not talking about like how much money they have and how articulate they are. It's the passion in the heart, like your heart and your mind. That does matter to me. So some normal, regular person that got fears and they on their journey ain't master chit chat trying to do something with me, it's not gonna happen. So my point of the matter is, that's impressive as fuck for someone to isolate themselves from mainstream life and be some sort of pillar, if not to a community, just virtually within a business that is spiritual, psychological, psychology, creative, whatever it is that you're doing. It's like I think you're gonna master it. But that's beautiful. That's like, y'all get that? Okay, so I don't just like overdo it because I feel it, and I don't just want to keep throwing out words that show how extra I am. But that feels really good. That's a person I would trust to buy something from, to call, to go get something from, to pray for me, to lay hands. This person dedicated their whole life and their soul to it, and source itself anointed them, appointed them, and guided them. Child, yeah, I can work with that. But just some person that say they special, and you know what I mean. I don't want to offend nobody because a lot of us are here right now. No, I'm just playing. All right. So anyway, in the future, okay, just be mindful of situations. If there's a person that returns that triggers the fuck out of you, that parent, that mom, that wife, that ex, the admirer, the abandoner, we don't want to have any tantrums, anger issues. We don't want to submit to the upheaval that could have been destined that they bring. There also could be just you in your head thinking that there's going to be some sudden change. And maybe not for the best, but the Empress is here to say whatever survival instincts that you have and whatever caused you to have those, possibly don't allow it to have a destructive, aggressive, conflicted energy that leads to like emotional upheaval or rage or something like that. Because getting out in nature, buying a service dog, support animal, something like that may benefit you, and to stay grounded, to clean up, do something you like, paint your nails, brush your hair, I don't know, type of shit the Empress do. Some of you may be having a sudden awakening and experiencing shock from this cup that's coming in. All right, you're gonna be shocked. This is the blessing in disguise. This is being freed from the tower of illusion. And we all want that, right? Yeah. I would, because if we in an illusion, which is how something started and could have been the foundation of why some things came into the physical, at least you've met that mark and are moving into contentment, completion, and or wish fulfillment. So I'm fucking with, I am supportive to either of those avenues. If there's been relationships that may have been difficult to deal with, trigger, I don't know if it's a Leo, a mom, a man, a gatekeeper, shit being gate kept. It could be an experience that reminds you of a person. It could be a person that reminds you of an experience. So just be mindful. This is the second time it's come up this week for you guys, because I'm implementing in the general kind of like a little bit of the avenues or whatnot. Again, in the extended, because we're now in we getting into the extended portion. Emotional pressure and dangerous jobs, especially for those of you that work in psychology, healthcare, hospitality, anything holistic, and even or virtual. I done had some dangerous situations with some internet thugs. Them motherfuckers is crazy. I ain't gonna hold you. Clubhouse is ghetto. Oh my God. Anyway, there could be a shakeup of old beliefs. Okay. Anger about a situation in your life around old and new events, and what could feel like a roller coaster, because here's new and here's old. Consciously there's new, but subconsciously there may be some old things. So keep that in mind. Okay, stay strong. All right, stay strong. Right. So getting into the physical, we have another major arcana and the number 3. Okay, so there's a future situation that could be a result of maybe something that was done or thought of back in March. It's a possibility. We also have August. Something about August for some of you. And it may seem far away, but every choice and every thought and every feeling and how the algorithm of the universe, they say, works in comparison to the human body that's communicating with it. That's just what that is. So in your walking life, okay, in the future, possibly, there it talks about femininity. We talked about the goddess, fertility, love of the home and family. This is the approach to take to this possible offer. This ain't your approach, because I don't know, you might be emotionally overwhelmed or shocked, especially if it's an engagement, but I don't see the engagement card, so everybody chill, especially with these here. I ain't seen no emperor, no king yet. All right, relax. But if your approach to take to it, the Empress is pretty cool. She's creative and nurturing in the home. So for those of you that have virtual businesses, you're not going to become some slob and just sit around. You still going to be, glitzing and glamming or whatever, don't get lazy now because you do something remote. Can't tell you what to do. And any of you sitting right now at home like that, don't block me. Okay, don't block your blessing. Being beautiful and sensual may benefit you in a situation that has to do with this thing that we're talking about. I'll just say that. It could be a good marriage. It could be your happiness. It may just be abundance and health, intelligence and leadership, this job, this network. Once again, we talk about cosmic lovers. So we talked about Hathor, right, with these two. But then this is also Venus, who has a cosmic lover, Mars, who's currently in Pisces right now. That's passive aggressive as the fuck. That placement, not my Pisces, so chill. So this puts us with the opportunities, the outcome or advice, relationships, femininity, desire, pleasure, nurturing, love, women. So that's why I was talking about moms and wives. The heart. So in the center of your reading, you have recognition, awareness, and the heart. Follow your heart. And then this one is following your dreams. And this one is your dreams manifesting from the subconscious to your conscious. And that's part of how you get it into the physical. And for some of you, it's very rewarding. And you're going to be like passion driven and not, passionless throughout life. And you're going to be fertile because of that energy. Because of that energy, things that you touch will just grow. So I think that that's super dope. A long lasting love and loyalty for some of you. And again, that unconditional energy comes back up. A lot of you, this virtual business in a small town or a big town, whatever, but some of you have moved away from mainstream cities, so a small business in a little town and working from home. Hello? And then there's this thing of job security, but we're going to get there because this ain't no finance reading. Y'all ain't finna pull everything out of me. Subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you get all of this tea, right? Love heals things and makes us whole. Okay. Love you until the end of time is what the Empress says, and it'll never grow old, baby. Yep, like that. Appreciate her. A bride. These cards in combination specifically mean a bride. Who are you a bride to? Some of y'all nuns. I'm not gonna lie. Others of y'all, you're gonna be a bride to a person you ain't ever met that's gonna see you. Ooh. I ain't putting that as the caption. Y'all mean ass on this YouTube don't want no love. Oh my God. Some of you are simply just a healer. This gives you the sign that you needed to see that you are a healer and a transmuter of helping people bring things from their subconscious into the conscious with source. So that's pretty dope. Others of you are changing your career to be more abundant. Finding your dreams. We've already talked about that. Just giving my Empress her just due. And then with our Knight of Pentacles, who I am not going to belittle. Let me apologize to him for saying, it ain't the Emperor. I ain't no king popped up. I love you, Knight of Pentacles, because the Knight of Pentacles also represents the spirit of the earth. So it's kind of like the Holy Spirit. And that's why this cup is here and the Hierophant is here. And the illusion and the lies are gone. And things manifesting because you're tapped into something that is above all of our pay grades. So I apologize, Knight. Being of service, that's probably somebody's love language. Also, more importantly, and I'm just playing, it speaks to a new job or a career change. So I think that that's kind of dope. A move due to work for some of you. Change in work. It talks about being ambitious, working hard, and playing hard. Hello. Seeing results after working hard. So the reward, the risk is or was worth the reward. More of the same will give a result, So keep doing what you're doing. Stand along your path. Coming out of the 7, going into the 8, headed to the 9. Hello? In love, it does talk about changing residence or changing jobs. So when I said moving in, I don't know if it's together or just you. So if y'all been looking to move, or if you with somebody, I don't know if them conversations could be coming up. Somebody could be moving back in with their mama. I don't know. An investment property, so something small, doing a little something, Airbnb, whatever y'all doing. If you're feeling a lot of responsibilities and feeling pressure as new doors open for you, just ground yourself. You're kind, you're understanding. Your dedication and service will be rewarded. Okay, so just know that. And then I'm gonna get into the clarifiers now. Some of you, it's like working with an organization that has strong values that could be important, because some of you were in dangerous environments or emotionally pressing environments. I couldn't work with overly sexualized people. That irritates me to a degree of my autism, which is like, I don't like germs, I don't like noise, I don't like overly sexualized people, I don't like abrasive people, I don't like aggressive people. Don't touch me, don't sit too close to me, don't do a whole bunch of nothing. So if I worked in an environment like a club or a gym or just anywhere where people are just, I don't know, a lot or sweaty or mean, I would not be best fit for that. Even corporate America, I worked at call centers, I can't do that. That beep coming in my ear, I damn near kicked all that shit over. I can't. But if you can, do your thing. Starting an online business, the foundation of this new endeavor, the foundation of how this shit started in the first place. Now, I know personally how starting an online business could lead to some losses and some instability, but that ain't what's happening right now, beloved. So being stuck on them past beliefs and even slightly becoming discouraged is not what we finna do. You will have success at work. And some of you guys could be leaving spirituality and entrepreneurship for job security. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I ain't doing it. So you'll see me on the side of the road in a blanket before I do some. Oh my gosh, I shouldn't say things like that. I'm so sorry. But anyway, let's see what we got here before I get blocked or fined. Okay, we have the nightingale, the snake, and the whale. So someone's definitely facing their fears, and it's also connected to source that has this connection to whoever this resonates with and is calling you, and you've been following that call and kind of like nothing else because you got the magic stick or cup. It's probably a girl. It's a cup right there. So I don't know. I was hiding from y'all. I was trying to play a game. I'm sorry, it didn't work. I told you I was corny. So here you have the elephant, another being that follows the light. Don't know where they going, but is on a, I don't want to say a righteous path, but it is connected to some theological stories, folklores that I've heard, and it also just points to faith and trust. Okay, the eagle. Ooh, say, I posted a story. I want y'all to go look at it. No cap. I didn't put no other words on it, and I know because of my attention span, how other people's attention span is, if I don't put Pisces on it or say something funny, it may not be popular, but it's an eagle, and it says the only bird that something, right? So basically, it's the story of, goddamn, the is that blasphemous? Okay, fuck. You don't get sensitive now, all right? The crow, Jesus, this is crazy. The crow is the only bird that has the audacity to even bother this bird, right? And the eagle is such a narcissist. Okay, I love birds, by the way. We vibe on a deep level than my partners. But no, the eagle is so unbothered and non-respondent to this nitpicking. And what it does is, instead of fighting with the crow, it goes higher in the air, and the crows fall off because they lose consciousness, they lose air. The higher the eagle goes, the crows don't go up there. So when I saw that, I had to post it on Pisces TV. Y'all have to check that out. That is crazy. I ain't even think of that till now. That is insane. I kid you not. And I ain't even that talented to have thought that through about to promote no short. But that is crazy. It just gave me chills, and it wasn't popular, but I thought it was super dope. And here you have the change or the transformation. So the butterfly coming out over the Empress is saying you could have been big back in the day, but some of y'all done lost some weight. Some of y'all coming up. Some of y'all got a different perspective. The transformation in your journey, you was on the ground in the dark following the light, and now you up there with. So I love that. And here we go. There's always enough. So where you get confused, or where you've manifested this from your subconscious into the physical, you have more than enough. People who back in the day, they worshiped them buffaloes because they was like, bro, it's just like always a good day with y'all. Now unfortunately, it's because they probably was eating them. They used this fucking skin for clothes. They made tools with the bones, but it never ended. It was just such abundance that came from this animal. And I don't want to get into it because now I feel like the SPCA gonna come in here. All right, whatever they call. Ooh, now I did see this one. The golden egg in the present, in the center, at the foundation, is that mother energy and what it was protecting and not knowing. Am I crippling you, or am I doing my job? Am I holding you back? You know what I'm saying? So it was like the questions that one could have had. And look, here's that Empress is over here with the butterfly, and then here's that, the card that could represent the child, or you know what I'm saying, the cup. And this is that same energy of it's inside of it, but I don't see no trapped energy or whatever. But here it's inside, and here it's not. So at the heart of the matter, it's a higher perspective. It's evolving. It's individual and creative. And these motherfuckers, you can't fuck with them. It's laws and all kind of shit, because they are going, extinct. And they just, what that is. Yeah, first you was up here, universe, I want something. And now you like, meow, caw, whatever they do. I fuck with it. And then now, by you going up, look at this, I can grab that, right? But when you down here, look like you could have stumped on it. Don't know. Either way, you gonna find it. If it's on the ground and you on the ground, you gonna find it. If you up in the air, baby, looking at the ground, you gonna find it, because everybody, right? And that could be how them people in your environment gonna be. So watch your eggs. Could have been something about Easter that recently happened. I don't know. That was last week. All right. The bee. Busy, necessary. It's a different aspect of the vulture. The vulture that came up the other day, still necessary, still protecting us from disease, still picking up the dirty stuff, doing the nasty stuff we don't want to do, right? But some of us are making changes so that we ain't that person and become cynical, because that's just our nature. This is a little bit different. This allows you to slow down. This is more committed. This is more solid. This you can tolerate. It's not a roller coaster ride. So some of us that throw ourselves out there taking risk and went through that roller coaster ride, this is a little bit less roller coastery. Okay. Bam. Who? When I saw this card, I ain't want nothing else on it, baby, because the Phoenix rise. All right, the Phoenix do that. What I like about the Phoenix, is that Jean Grey was one of the sweetest, quietest, nothingest persons. They, as far as superpowers and whatnot, it's like, what superpower she got? She quiet, weird, flaky with them men's, and just what she gonna do? And I'll be damned, she is the wild card. She the one, when can't nobody else do it, it's coming. And after that, ain't nothing else, honey. So do you see those opposites? Right? Freedom from suffering, and some of you guys, even past karma and reincarnations. Something that could be happening within your environment, your cycle of life, within your heart, your DNA, between you and God, child, Nipsey, Tupac, whoever your peoples is, walking you through the days, the Native Americans, I don't know. It just says that Phoenix represents the transformation of our past, so you're coming into a more abundant future. It doesn't mean running from it, denying it, burning bridges with a rage, being destructive. It can, because I like that part of Phoenix too, not gonna hold you. But this said, it's talking about, it employs advanced technique, burning impurities through the practice of dedication, which they call tapas. Sounds like shatas. Okay, but we're gonna be tapas. The essence of the Phoenix is with us when we realize, here's the realization up here, when we realize we have been suffering too long and something must change. Okay? We take a stand and decide to live consciously instead of being driven by unconscious mind. So we live in consciously now, but have been driven by an unconscious mind, maybe believing the illusion was it's always enough. I'll have enough. And what if that had limited some of us and put us on roller coaster rides chasing a gold egg? I don't know. So you subconsciously know that there's more than enough, but consciously was just focusing on the L's. So that could have been it. Like, you could have not have even suffered like that, but this little bitty voice ain't as big as the elephant in the room, which is now gotten your attention. Okay. Which is ascension. And for some of you, that's getting closer to source, actually ascending off of the wheel of fortune once and for all, with no more reincarnations, with the homies. Now see, Moses or whatever people y'all believe in, everybody don't go. Even some of the greats that was in them books still didn't get to go. Moses did not ascend, and Moses did a whole bunch of shit. So it ain't about working hard or kissing ass, but that doubt, that lower vibrational stuff within some of our personalities, or and I'm not calling it lower vibrational like bad, I'm just saying the frequency is different, and that frequency could cause friction, and that friction why his ass wasn't up there with the homie. So I don't know why I be beefing with Moses like that. I don't know, ever since I learned that story, because y'all know I'm not like a Christian, but I'm a theology major, and I do have interest in just being aware of what's going on the planet. And so when I was an adult, almost last year, years old, you know how they say I was today years old when I found out like the full story, I was like wanted to thump him. Like, how you kept getting reminded to do certain things, and they were internal. It had nothing to do with the things you did that was outside of you. Taking people, going to get them, delivering messages, all that kind of stuff. That's outside of you. Your soul purpose, your internal thing that you was supposed to been doing, you ain't done half of it, or you only did half of it. And I was like, damn. But I appreciate that authenticity though, that everybody don't do it, and are still amazing, still made a history book or a folklore, or was detrimental, don't ping the Israelites in here, okay? Because then they'll tell us how Moses got us all fucked up. But my point is, back to Pynx. The conscious instead of the subconscious is a thing. Burning through our baggage, and the baggage is usually down here, and the baggage is that some of us is lazy and we move too slow, and the toxins, and thinking we just got more days and we gonna have some more later, and chasing the goose egg is at the foundation of what is creating your universe. Now I know I just got blocked. Please don't unsubscribe. I'm telling the truth. Sorry. The stuckness and the dead weight fall into the ashes with Pynx. So that stagnancy, that smolder, and all that shit that just came out of my mouth, the Pynx gonna suck that right on up. Up and up, exactly is what it says. And I just told you about the story with the eagle, and y'all gonna go check that story out on my page to see what I'm talking about. Up and up, spirits going up, and we begin to recognize ourselves again. So some of us have to raise our vibration to get this 3D stuff up off of us, and you're gonna feel better about yourself. You're gonna have something to believe in. You're gonna trust that you can do it, because some things we already seen, some of y'all mamas, daddies, exes, teachers, society done made you not feel as confident as you should be feeling with your decision making and your gifts and abilities, or who you are and what you're supposed to be doing. So that's a low vibration. And then over time, manifesting some things in alignment with that vibration has pissed you off some more, and that's a lower vibration. So then now you got all of these, what would I call them? What do I call it? You got this friction in your energy, and you aren't at your authentic essence of energy and aren't manifesting what is rightfully for you. It's a little bit of the extra energy from them people and those situations in you, and you manifesting that. And even, I don't care how much shit you talk, it's a small part of you. Go to sleep at night and do judge yourself for it. So the Pynx say she gonna burn that on up, and I ain't gonna call her she, it's a it, but it's a she, so whatever. The Pynx is also the first chakra. Isn't that the root? So some of us, the heart, look, the center of it all, and the root of the issue, right? All of that, just right there. It's the heaviest karma resides in the first chakra. This earthen center is also called the Muladhara, or our root. The accent of the Pynx begins here, and as the entanglement of karma is slowly burned, it rises from the ashes. So some of y'all karma done kind of been burnt up. Love that. Don't hear that often. So baby, receive it. Hit that like button and leave a comment and say claiming it, because how often do you hear your karma is burnt up? Okay, I don't hear that much, and I'm reading the cards. There's an unstruck sound in your heart for some of you, a precious sound, and that is usually the song of the mockingbird. So something that you've walked away from. Got a message. There's a message in something that you walked away from. Maybe it's even to show you how much you've improved, or for others of you, how much we've allowed the gatekeepers and controllers to make us go astray. I don't know. But that is what I have, and I do hope that it helped.
For more information on products and services, visit PysesTV.com. Here on YouTube, don't forget, check out the playlist, the community board, and members section for exclusives. Thank you for watching.